Um, I remember when I used to, um, I had a I had a tenant. It was my our first ever tenant, like first person who signed a contract. And while this lady was interesting to say the least, it was a valuable experience. We ended up having to get her out and almost having to thankfully she left before we had to, go through court and eviction and all of that. But I'm so glad we went through that experience because it taught me so much. So we had obviously a lease agreement. This is like, our first rental. We don't know any better. We have a lease agreement with this lady. And for a payment, we just said, it was one of those generic things. Like we just said, when the payment is due, who to make the payment payable to, late fees, and things like that. That was it. And this lady would pay, um, we did have like, if your check bounced, this is the fee and things like that, and what the late fees are. But this lady would pay in cash and just put it in our mailbox. And I'm like, yo, what if somebody took this money? Right? Because one, it's not safe to just put cash in somebody's mailbox because, it's a mailbox. Anybody could open it and grab it. And the other thing is, I'm like, what if someone took it? Now, I don't have the rent money. You saying you paid rent, right? But I don't have it. So you still owe me rent, even though you just put the money in there. As long as I don't have it, I don't have it, right? So things like that really made me think, okay, I need to be specific on how I accept my funds, right? I need checks, money order. Now, obviously, we don't deal with that. We learned, right? Online payments only. But that was a very valuable lesson. So how do you accept payment? Do you have a link that they have to go through? Is it Zelle? Is it Cash App? And when you send the invoice,